Lloyd sits at the very bottom of the school's social ladder, and yet he looks down on almost everyone around him. He has the confidence of a rock star, the social status of a park bench. In his very first appearance, the Krellboynes are putting on their academic circus for the families, each of them showing off some kind of intellectual talent.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Nixon electromagnet.
A little later, Lloyd watches Reese join the cheerleading squad to impress a girl.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. B-I-T-C-O-R-Y.
Malcolm is horrified. Lloyd starts with something any kid his age would say.
Hey, Malcolm, you think your brother will lend me his corset?
And then he feels the need to intellectually justify what he just said.
See, that comment was playing off the concept that we all have specific notions of gender-appropriate roles.
As if that needed clarifying. This is the thing about Lloyd. He's genuinely operating on a different frequency than everyone around him. And he sees absolutely nothing wrong with that. When the Krellboynes get the chance to build a battle robot, Lloyd pitches his design idea.
Butterfly. Correction. Killer butterfly. Beautiful yet deadly.
The group shoots it down for being too unreliable. And then Hal walks in.
Before you continue, I feel I have to mention that our parents strongly disapprove of this.
Lloyd immediately tells him everything.
Sorry, my therapist says it's a compulsion.
The Halloween episode might be Lloyd's finest hour as a soldier. The Krellboynes have built their own slingshot and for once are retaliating against Reese and his brothers.
Listen, you idiot. The optics on a Newtonian reflector don't even approach a Schmidt-Cassegrain.
When the brothers try to surrender, Lloyd refuses.
I suppose I've ever been offered the chance to surrender.
And then the Krellboynes leave them stranded. In the therapy episode, Lloyd pulls Malcolm aside to explain that he himself sees a therapist.
But ultimately, therapy was my decision. Not theirs. Mine.
He makes clear it was entirely his own decision, a preemptive strike against his anger displacement tendencies. His self-worth, he reports, is at an all-time high.
My self-worth is still skyrocketing.
The high school play episode gives Lloyd his single greatest moment in the entire series.
So he didn't have the benefit of higher education. How many PhDs have written King Lear?
Malcolm has been cast in the school play, starts spending time with the older high school kids, and completely abandons the Krellboynes.
You've missed our last 5 secret meetings, and our test runs in less than 20 minutes. Why do you hate us?
He ignores them in the hallway. He treats them like they don't exist. Then comes the night of the performance. Malcolm is up on stage, suspended by wires, and his mind goes completely
I'm
blank.
totally not calling her back until she apologizes. By being her friend, I enable her assy behavior.
He's forgotten every single line.
How come Malcolm hasn't said anything for 5 minutes?
The silence stretches out. The audience starts to turn, and then Lloyd steps in.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight.
From the seats, Lloyd starts feeding him the lines.
Have now, spirit, whither wander you?
And then, because apparently Lloyd knows the entire play by heart, he takes over the role entirely.
Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
The audience starts applauding. Malcolm hangs there, literally, while Lloyd gets a standing ovation. Old Mrs. Old is where Lloyd gets one of the most unexpected moments of his entire run. Malcolm has been assigned to help the neighborhood's most unpleasant elderly woman.
Cast itches like a Greek sailor. Stop pawing at me.
She's a hoarder, aggressive, and horrible to everyone.
What'd you do, stupid? What? Does this look like a rubber band jar to you? This is a rubber band jar.
One afternoon, she accidentally mixes her medication with alcohol and passes out cold.
I've been onto you from the start.
For the Krellboynes, this is the greatest thing that has ever happened to them.
At the best, you ignored us. At the worst, you tormented us. Now the tables have turned.
Unsupervised house, a car, no consequences.
I was thinking more along the lines of...
They immediately start doing whatever they want, and Lloyd uses this moment of total freedom to imitate Marlon Brando.
Stella! Stella!
He has never felt more alive. In Hal Quits, the Krellboynes are walking home and discussing their futures. Malcolm admits he has no idea what he wants to do.
That's okay, Malcolm. I mean, it's not too...
He gets emotional about it, and then it turns out Lloyd has already mapped out his entire career in detail.
Excuse me, allergies.
At Cynthia's party, Lloyd announces he has been saving all his best conversation topics specifically for the event.
I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm saving all my good conversation for the party.
He has a New England Journal of Medicine article ready to go. Dabney immediately calls him out for planning the exact same topic.
Hey, that's my anecdote.
Lloyd does not back down. Later at the actual party, he ends up impressing a group of girls with planetarium tickets.
You girls should really get up to the planetarium. They got a great laser show up there.
In tutoring Reese, when the group needs everyone on board for a cheating scheme, Dabney refuses.
I'm sorry, but I am honor-bound to report this conversation to the vice principal.
Lloyd's solution is immediate. He threatens him.
We're honor-bound to report you still sleep with an Elmo blankie.
Okay, I'm in.
When a chemical explosion forces the Krellboynes into the general school population, everyone panics.
All they're thinking about is how many different places they'll dispose of my body.
And Lloyd ends up surrounded by the school's goth clique.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Is that from the new Ministry album?
Within minutes, he's reciting passages from Dante's Inferno, and they love him.
You can't take away our court. That's where I secondhand smoke.
Lloyd finds his people everywhere he goes, because in his mind, he's always interesting enough. The academic octathlon episode shows Lloyd at peak Lloyd.
I missed my uncle's funeral.
On the bus, he announces he needs a 2-hour nap to avoid getting cranky and needs help blowing up his travel pillow.
Would you like us all to sing you a lullaby? Or perhaps I could wad up my jacket, make a pillow.
When her hobby suggests they study instead,
I have my own pillow, thank you. I just need some help blowing it up.
later when the group considers cheating, Lloyd is the one who calmly explains to Malcolm how big the stakes actually are.
Malcolm, you have no idea. This is big. This goes further than you know.
Further than you guys?
Oh, then you do know.
And at the very end, Lloyd suggests carrying Malcolm on their shoulders to the bus as a gesture of gratitude. Then immediately comes up with a reason why he personally can't do it.
Actually, I should sit this one out. With my middle ear condition,
Scoliosis.
Lloyd's last appearance in the entire series happens during Baby Part 1 and 2. Lois is in labor. The house is in full chaos. Ida is causing problems. Craig is doing a Google search for the word baby.
Okay, clothes for babies, names for babies, truck drivers dressed like... Ew.
And Lloyd walks in completely unbothered.
Excuse me, can somebody help me find Malcolm's biochem notes? I need them to do my assignment.
But before that, earlier in the same episode, Lloyd shows up with a letter Malcolm received from an elite private school. Malcolm's dream on paper.
It's okay to cry, Malcolm. Tears are free.
And then Lloyd does the math on Malcolm's financial situation.
Wait, what am I thinking? You can't go. You're too poor. You're like the poorest guy I know.
Tears are free. That's Lloyd's version of comfort. Later, he comes back out to complain because he needs to concentrate.
She's hot.
I cannot work with someone looking over my shoulder!
And that's it. That's Lloyd's last moment in the entire series. Somewhere out there, Lloyd is probably still saving his best conversation topics for the right moment. And if Lloyd is the snobbiest nerd in the show, Craig is easily the creepiest. Check out that video next.